Okay. All right, everybody. Welcome to the All Heat Team wrap up from Indy. And I'm just so excited to have this call because, and I'm hoping that you'll get a chance, for those of you that weren't able to be in India, you will really get a little feeling of what we all got there. I told everybody before I went, I thought that this was going to be really different and maybe more personal, and we would really feel connected in a different way. But more importantly, we were going to see what it was like to launch a new feeling about Juice Plus Company with Travis and with a new team of IT and trainers that are really rising up from the field that are different from some of our trainers that have been around like me forever. And we have all these incredible new trainers out there. And so my personal takeaway was it was everything promised and more. I don't think I've ever been so impressed, excited to what we have to offer and where we're going. And of course, you know, and I'm seeing some of you nod, the confidence and just the connection. And it was just huge. And I wish we could have had everybody sitting there by our sides. You know how they always say, and Debbie, I'm seeing your smile. I'm seeing you glow. Wishing that we had way more people. We do that all the time, but this one somehow felt even deeper and richer. And so, Debbie, I'm going to start how we're going to look tonight is I'm going to introduce some of our national marketing directors that are going to introduce their leaders that were at conference. So we aren't going to do a lot of talking. So Debbie is going to be introducing Buddy Lewis, not Buddy. She is a buddy, but she's a Bunny Lewis. And I'm going to spotlight Bunny and I'm going to spotlight Deb. And Deb, can you give us a quick introduction of, maybe you can set the bar for everybody so we can get through all the speakers. But if you would give us a little bit about Bunny, and then Bunny, you're going to take it away with Luminate.
Okay, well, welcome everybody to the call, and I echo everything Nikki said. There was so much love and connection at that conference. It's really hard to describe. But anyway, I will move on.
And I didn't say Jerry. It's Deb and Jerry.
Yeah,
Jerry's like in the background. He does not, I don't want to take away from Jerry. It just occurred to me.
No worries. Yeah.
No. Okay, well, I just want to introduce Bunny. Bunny Lewis was a nurse for 40 years, including 33 years specializing in maternal and child health. After obtaining her master's degree, she continued as a certified nurse midwife and mainly practiced as a women's health nurse practitioner for 15 of those years. Bunny's been on my team for 27 years, and she is currently a senior sales coordinator. A couple of things I admire most about her are her loyalty and her resilience. Please welcome Bunny to shine some light on our new product, Luminate.
All right.
Thank you. What a wonderful introduction. I have to say, I have not left a conference as excited as I have this one. And who doesn't need more focus, mental clarity, and energy? And you feel the effects within 60 minutes. Luminate, adaptogens that help your body respond to stress, anxiety, and fatigue, and nootropics that enhance cognitive thinking. Now, this incredible blend of adaptogens and nootropics it's just like all our other products. We've got a synergy of all of them working together, only small amounts that together are doing this increased clarity and focus. And I can really attest to that. I have had some incredible experiences already with how clear I am thinking after I use it. But it also has the entire coffee berry, which is using that whole plant, which also gives us more antioxidants for our bodies, as well as keeps the caffeine that's in there from really being the same as what you get out of coffee and things like that. So a lot of people can use this product that maybe never even use caffeine on most days. To me, it's the perfect product to bring up to folks and a great intro into our wonderful Juice Plus Essentials and Complete products. It's available now to partners, which is so exciting, but even more exciting is that on Thursday, April 18th, We can all order it for everybody, for any of our customers or any new people that you meet. So I want to tell you to get these handy sample cards. You can get them on Juice Plus promotions, because then you can put in 2 little sticks in there. It explains everything about it to the people, but you can hand these out like crazy. And that's what I would do, because somebody who can feel the effects right away, they're going to want to get it. And that's going to be great, and something that we haven't had in our other products. And believe me, I'll never stop selling Juice Plus or Tower Gardens or any of those others, but this will be a great way to get them started. And besides, we all do need more clarity. Thank you. And I won't say anything else because I know you probably heard Luminate 100 times already.
No, buddy, that was really great. I think we can't say enough over and over about it. And I love when we were talking about whether to do it or not. We thought maybe not, because the Thursday night call and everything. And Deb was really great when she said, hey, we cannot leave Luminate out of our wrap up for conference, for gosh sakes. So I'm so glad she stuck to her guns on that one, because we might have said no, but Bunny, I think it's so important. I want to just do one, I wasn't planning on this, but I think it's important enough to do it. If any of you have seriously 30 seconds, no more than 30 seconds to say about how you feel when you're on Luminate. And I will tell you, I got a friend that I gave so this is my 30 seconds, gave a sample to, she took it home, she drank it. 2 days later, I got a text with her holding the sample card. So that was really cool. And underneath it, she said, how do I buy it? I want a box. And then I asked her, well, how did it make you feel? And she answered a little bit longer, but the bottom line was, she said, a groovy calm. I just love that. She's got a groovy calm going on. Too cool. Anybody have 30 seconds or less? Heidi, how you feel when you're taking it and what your favorite drink mix is? Heidi.
Well, can I just say, first of all, I hate anything artificially flavored. I cannot do the LMNT electrolyte drinks. They just taste so, I've just got an aversion. It's just one of those things. It's like the cilantro thing, right? I can't do any artificial drinks. It just doesn't taste right unless it's wine.
30 seconds.
Okay. Well, most people know I have natural energy. Well, when it came to the Luminate, I wasn't sure that I would feel a difference, but I get distracted really, really easily. And that's the one thing that I've noticed, is that my focus, it keeps me in lane. I'm not so distracted. And yeah.
Wow. Heidi, thank you.
Great.
Anybody else, put your virtual hand up if you can, and we'll just call on 2 people. Or if you
I'll share.
Okay.
Sorry.
Who's talking? Who's talking?
Jenna.
I can't find
Hi,
you.
can you hear me?
Yeah, but
Jenna?
there you are, Jenna, go for it.
Jenna. Okay, so I've always just pretended that I have an undiagnosed ADHD problem, but it turns out I'm just a very busy mom and have too many tabs open. And last week was my first full week taking Luminate, and I feel like I have a clearer mind. I don't feel frazzled. I don't feel overwhelmed. It's really amazing.
Wow.
So
And she got
that's
that
my
did that
30
about
seconds.
15 seconds. Jenna, thank you. Thank you. If somebody else wants to, and you know how to put your hand up, there you are. Gemerald, can you share with us?
Sorry. Yes, today was amazing today. We had a leakage of oil, I'm sorry, a leakage of gas at work. We changed offices maybe 3 times, and I saw patients in 3 different offices. My mind was just everywhere because I was trying to remember who I was, what I was doing. And I just took the Luminate, and it was just more of a relaxation or a calmness type of feeling. And I can't tell you how long it took. I took it Saturday. I noticed a difference probably within 45 minutes.
Okay, fantastic, Gemerald. That's the groovy calm. That's what my friend Elizabeth is calling the groovy calm. I love it. Okay, Sandy, would you share?
Sure. So I'm one of those that can't do caffeine at all. I get jittery, my blood pressure goes up. I just don't do caffeine. So I was a little nervous, and it never gave me the jitters. I have that groovy calm. I'm able to focus better. And I love what Jan Roberta said. It's less than 10% caffeine. There's so much else to it, and it all works synergistically. So I love it.
Thank you, Sandy. I'm hoping all of you are sharing it with others. And Gemral and Sandy, if you can remove your hand up there, so in case we ask for other hands up. Alita, I'm trying to find you. Can you put your hand up so I can find you quickly? No, I meant your other hand, but I did see you. Thank you. And Michelle Agluski as well. It just is really easy if you put your virtual hand up, because then you appear in an easy spot for me to find you, to spotlight you. And I'm not seeing you. Michelle,
Here, the hands up.
but not your virtual hand. Do you not know how to see? I can't.
I did have it up, but here, there we go.
Okay, thanks. It's just really easy for me to find you when you do that. So go ahead, Alita.
Hi, you guys. I'm super excited to be here. And I just want to introduce my dear, dear friend. You know, sometimes in our business, we never know who we're going to meet. I never knew Michelle before when she's joined the business. She's like she was 3 down from me. I had no idea who she was. She has become one of my dearest friends. Michelle is extremely talented. She's just a great leader. I love her to death. She has her master's in music, and she went back to school to help kids develop their voice and to see that how much, because a lot of the schools have eliminated a lot of the programs in school. So she is now giving back, which is really on her own terms, which is really awesome. So Michelle and Dan have a sweet young son that I met when he was, I think, 3 or something. Michelle's been in the business 17 years, and his name is Tyler, and he's a airplane pilot already. So Michelle, I would like to turn it over to you so you can share a little bit about your aha moments with something.
Sure. So, hi, everyone. Thanks, Alita, for that wonderful introduction. So loved this conference. It was fantastic. And I'm sharing about Donald Miller. He was at one of our previous conferences, if you had been there, but I'm going to make this super brief and super short because that's what he wanted us to do. He wants us to be brief and short and to the point. And something that was really important, it was when we share a story. And he does have a book called Building a Story Brand. That's the biggest one when it comes to creating your story. But he really got into detail about telling stories and how that's important. And we follow a story. And my aha moment was, I used to think we were the heroes, but we're not the heroes. Our customers are the heroes. We're the guide. We get to show them what needs to happen. And he broke down our one-liner story into 3 basic rules that I'm going to share with you. And that was our number 1, we have a problem. Number 2, a product or a solution for that problem. And number 3, what is the result of the problem? That's all we need to say when we are sharing our story with someone. And I'm going to briefly share you what I came up with. And I had Luminate before we went to lunch. And then my story magically came to my brain. There was something in that focus, I swear. But my story with that problem, product and solution result is, you know how moms struggle to get their kids to eat a wide variety of fruits and veggies? Well, a friend introduced me to something that helped us to eat better. As a result, my entire family is healthier now than we were 17 years ago. Simple, to the point, and that's how he had us craft our stories. So I hope that's helpful. And if you get a chance, either listen to his book or grab that called Building a Story Brand from Donald Miller.
Michelle, that is so good. And I'm going to ask you to say it one more time. How are you introducing the business to people, if you would do that?
How am I introducing the
Say
business?
it again. No, just what you did. How are you introducing?
Okay. Well, you know how, and I'm going to change it from moms to people. You know how people struggle to get themselves, or sometimes if they have kids, to eat a wide variety of fruits and veggies? Well, a friend introduced me to something that helped us to eat better. As a result, my entire family is healthier now than we were 17 years ago.
Wow. I hope you took some notes on that. And if not, you'll have a chance to go back and listen to this, because I think it's really powerful. There's emotional piece to it. And who doesn't need to hear what Michelle is talking about? So Michelle, thank you so much. That was great. So I sent private texts to everybody. If you're speaking tonight, would you put your virtual hand up now? I sent them all privately to you, but I don't think anybody's reading them because I don't see anybody putting their hands up. So if you would all do it that way, I can find them real fast. I just thought of this. It makes it so much easier. So I'm going to have Alexis, who's up here, go next and introduce your partner, Alexis.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm excited to have the opportunity to introduce Melissa Buring tonight. Melissa celebrated her 1-year anniversary with Juice Plus while we were in Indy. And this month, she's going to celebrate being a new senior sales coordinator. So we are super excited for her and her growing team. And she's going to share with us a little bit about Beth Leopold.
Thanks, Alexis.
Well, hi, everybody. I'm Melissa. Thank you so much, Alexis. I told her earlier in a Voxer message that every time that she hypes us up and talks about how proud she is, it just makes my heart glow. So I was fortunate enough to go to Indy and to just be at this awesome conference that honestly, I didn't expect it to be as great. I mean, I knew it was going to be wonderful, but then I came home just absolutely mind blown once again. I'm going to speak on Beth Leopold, and she talked to us about Hall of Fame traits of Juice Plus leaders. And it really resonated with me because I am a coach. I have worked in education. I'm actually a special education teacher and I've coached majority of my career. I have a cross country team. And a lot of the things that she was saying was in conjunction with how I treat my athletes. And it was, 5 key traits of a Juice Plus leader. And I know she mentioned having that intrinsic motivation. And that's something that we always speak to our athletes about. And it's something that I can speak highly about with my partners. Autonomy, mastery, purpose, and motivation. And establishing a strong why. And she talked about how our purpose is going to change over time. But I think the thing that resonated with me was 2 key things that she said was leadership creates followership. And so with that, I kind of dug a little deeper and I said, well, that's also a way to say fellowship. And a little tool that I like to use personally is I love to be this positive influencer for my partners that are underneath me. Just recently, we had a professional development where we just sat and we talked about things that are coming up and talked about events and talked about the business, talked about how everybody was. And I think that that's what makes a good leader is just being able to connect with your partners, connect with those customers and let them know that, yeah, you're a leader, but you're there for them and that, you want that fellowship and with them. So with that, it scaffolds into trust being the foundation for all relationships. And that's something that Beth mentioned, that trust is the foundation of all of our relationships. And that goes back into coaching as well. And coaching, your customers, coaching your partner. And, they have to trust you. They have to believe in your why in order for them to believe in their why. So I just really felt touched by what she was talking about because she talked about these traits that the leaders have, and we have all of those traits within us. Whether we realize it or not, we just have to dig deep and make sure that we are that type of leader for our partners and our customers. So that's what Beth reached me with.
So Melissa, how are you finding your own self-developing trust, learning these traits? What will you either do differently or what strength do you see in yourself now that you can even grow? I'm putting you on the spot.
Okay, yes, you sure are, but I love it. So as Alexis mentioned, a year ago, actually on April 4th in Indy, we were celebrating my 1-year anniversary. And I mentioned it to Alexis, I mentioned it to my upline, Jenna, that this journey a whole year ago, I had no idea where I was going to be right now. And, as a coach and as a fitness instructor, I've always had just this passion for health and well-being and being able to reach more people with a why that is so much deeper thanks to Juice Plus and being able to say, look at where I was a year ago, barely starting this product, dived right in thanks to my best friend, dove right in and was completely trusting of it. I've grown so much since that year ago and what I'm doing and what I'm eating and how I'm talking to people. It's always been a trait that I feel like I'm supposed to possess as a coach for athletes, but speaking to adults and being able to educate them, I've just noticed this this rush of, you know, of people being interested, and us and my team being that voice for these people to become educated. So I've grown in just being able to educate other people with what I know now, thanks to Juice Plus.
So what I'm hearing kind of is the way you establish trust is to share your own desires, but also what you're learning, how you're getting sparks, and that translates to your people, that you're educating yourself and educating them, and that creates a bigger bond and more trust. Would you say that that's what you see happening?
Yeah, and so even like today, we had a small little taco bowl night here at my house, and it was just showing and modeling for the partners that are underneath me how you can make something so simple into something healthy and so great for them. And it's just simple things that, you know, are just right there in reach. And so it was modeling that. I feel like modeling and showing them, yes, hey, I forgot to take my Juice Plus this morning. I'm going to take it right now in front of you guys. And so they see me taking the product, the customers see me taking the product, and then they see us making these live bowls right in front of them. And they see the product being put in action. They see the love for health being put in action. And I think that's what's attracting people to our events and to our business, because they too want to do what we're doing. They too want to have that healthy lifestyle. And we're showing them that it's reachable and it's doable with the same types of things that they buy every day from the store.
Melissa, thank you. And thank you for letting me put you on the spot. That was great.
Absolutely.
Wasn't she? All right, Jennifer Straub, you're going to introduce your person for tonight. And I know it's Julie.
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, perfectly.
Okay. I am so excited to introduce Julie. Julie is a registered nurse and owner of a healthcare company. And after 45 years in the industry, she is finally moving away from sick care and going more into well care. And she has been on this health journey with Juice Plus for 12 years now. She's a sales coordinator on the move, way up in New York. So I'm really, really excited to introduce Julie. Julie, take it away.
Yay, Julie.
All right. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. And it was just such a wonderful, wonderful conference. And I'm so happy to let you know that I am talking about Jeff Roberti's presentation tonight. So he was our closing presenter. And Jeff Roberti, he is always awesome. His message at the Indy conference was just wonderful. And I think he left everyone with a feeling and a belief that, as he said, success is closer than you think. And some of the tips that I took away: you can make excuses or you can make money, but you can't make both. And that we should be an example for our team. He reminds us that they're watching us and that they will do what we do. So he advises to be the best partner on the team. And I thought that was really great advice. He says your team will watch what you do and they will follow you better than they will hear what you say. So set the example. And then he would reiterate that you can get everything you want in life by helping others get everything that they want. And that, we've heard that before, but that's always true. When you look at your income, you can measure the impact that you've had on others. The bigger the check, the bigger the impact you've made on other people's lives. And then he talked about how we all need to hold ourselves accountable and we need to build a strong team. And he recommends that we put together a 3 to 5 year plan, get in place and then follow it. And success is 80% is mindset.
I would have said the same, I would have yelled the same thing.
20% is mechanic. And he wants us to rediscover our why. You have to find a strong why, figure out what it is that's compelling us and what motivates us. And it should be deeper than just wanting to help people, even though that is what we all like to do. And it's not selfish to say that you want money and you want happiness. It's normal and it's actually very motivating and it's achievable if you want it bad enough. Let's see, he said, remember that what you're doing is making a difference in the lives of all the people and all the families we touch. He talked a little bit about the sick care crisis and how Juice Plus just makes sense and it's affordable for everybody. He encourages us to take responsibility for our own futures and that we should be having fun, freedom, and flexibility. and know that we are selling hope to all these people that we talk to. The business is about conversations with everyone. Don't judge anybody. With the new product line, it's just going to give us an opportunity to speak to more people and maybe even circle back and talk to those that we talked to in the past and maybe they've dropped off our radar. And then he questioned us, and this was, I thought, a really good question. He said, what do you have to do to make this business a priority? He gave a message to the NMDs. He said, what if the finish line is actually the starting line? Start doing over what you did to get to be NMD. You have a better skill set, you have a better mindset, and you can be faster this time around. So stay excited. And then he said, build local, think global. And for all of us, we should have a fear of loss. We should make a decision and we should resolve to move forward. And when he finished, he used an acronym, which was really good. And it was RPM, which I believe stands for rotations per minute on a vehicle. So the R is for results. What do you really want? You need to get clarity so you know what you want. P is for purpose. Why do you want it? You need good reasons to get good results. And then M is a massive action plan. We need to put together a map. How will we get to where we are going? And so then I'll just throw in this, that I've always said this in business, a man without a plan is like a ship without a navigator. And if you fail to plan, you'll plan to fail. And I love the presentation. I just think that my biggest takeaway was just the fact that we really need to have a plan in place on how we're going to get to the next level. And I took it really to heart, and I am actually continuing on with the March Madness game all by myself. I keeping those sheets going and tracking everything I'm doing and just getting a plan put together. So Jeff Roberti was just a awesome speaker, and I really enjoyed the conference. So thank you. Thank you, Jennifer, for the nice introduction, and thank you everyone for all your support through the years. It's been great.
So I'm going to put you on the spot. Is that okay, Julie?
Sure. Yeah, that's great.
One of my questions to you was going to be, so are you putting a plan together? But you've done it, so I don't even have to ask that question. The whole point of this is, what do we take away? What really touches our heart? And one of the things that you talked about that Jeff said was keeping out of judgment. How do you do that? How do you personally do? How do you take that to heart, that training, that piece?
Yeah, well, you know what? It is so easy to stereotype people and to look at people and say, oh, they'll never become a customer, or, you know, they can't afford it. And it just surprises you when you talk to everybody. It's the people you least expect can afford it, would be interested. Those are the ones that turn out to be the most interested. And the ones you think, oh, they're going to really want this. Some of my, colleagues in healthcare, I think, oh my God, how could they say no? And they're the ones that say no. So you just really cannot stereotype anyone. That is what I have learned. You just need to talk to everybody, no judging, let them decide for themselves. And I was at a conference many years ago. I don't even remember who the speaker was, but she said, she talked about a bag of marbles. I don't know if anybody out there remembers this, but she said, you know, if you were challenged, if you had a bag of marbles and you were challenged to pull out the one purple marble that's in the bag, and you reach in and you grab a white marble, are you going to keep looking at it and trying to make it turn purple? No, you're going to toss it and keep reaching for the purple marble. So my sister and I will often say, you know, when we talk to people and they're not interested, they're not the purple marble, and you just keep talking to more and more people. So
I'm going to do one more quick one more quick question, like 30 seconds if you can do it. Fun, freedom, flexibility. What does that mean to you?
That just lifts my spirit to hear those words, because working in healthcare, anybody out there that has worked in healthcare knows that you really don't have any of that. I mean, yeah, work is fun with your colleagues and it's fun to watch people get better, but for the most part, you're not seeing that. You're watching them get sicker and sicker with preventable diseases. So it's not really fun. Freedom, there's no freedom. I mean, you're working weekends, you're working holidays, you're called in, you have mandatory overtimes. That's not freedom. And it's not flexibility. So, you know, you're told where to go, when to be there, what to do. And, in my business, it's a home care business, so it's a little different. And I've tried to structure it a little differently because I think that freedom and flexibility means a lot to everybody. It's more valuable than cash and money. And so we try to be really flexible with our staff, and freedom, flexibility, and fun is just makes life worth living, to be honest. If you don't have that.
What I love, Julie, is that you really took to heart a lot of what Jeff said, and it's hard to take it to heart if you're not there. And that's why I wanted to hear from you, your personal stories on those things. That was beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
It's fabulous. So, Tyra, you have two people to introduce tonight. So you get your choice. Who do you want to interview first?
Sure. Let me start. I'm going to start with Jennifer Wanda there.
Okay. There we go. We're ready.
Okay. Hi. Okay. So, first of all, I just want to say that the conference was off the charts, really, really good. We always say that it was the best one. It really was. They just had everything. Everything was fresh and new and exciting, and just even the way they set it up with tables. But anyways, okay. So I want to introduce Jennifer Wanda. She has been with Juice Plus for 12 years. She is a nurse practitioner. She's a QSSC with Juice Plus. And, this business, they often, you'll hear it said that there's so much personal growth, right, behind this business. And I have seen a lot of personal growth with Jennifer Wanda. And even tonight, this is a little out of her comfort zone, but she stepped up to the plate and said, yes, she would share this evening. And I'm excited what she's going to be sharing about, because she got to, is going to be speaking a little bit about Jason Dorsey, who spoke, and we all were mesmerized and, learned so much from him this time, in a deeper dive into all the different generations and how you address people at different ages and all that. So, all right, Jennifer Wanda. Unmute. Unmute yourself, Jennifer.
There I am. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Tyra. And thanks for this opportunity. So I will say 12 years ago, I did start in this business, and I think I lasted for about 3 months. And then, actually my anniversary is coming up the end of this month, which will be 3 years. So that's who I am. But thank you guys. So yes, I agree with everything that everyone said, and there's no point in kind of rehashing that. So I'm going to talk a little bit about Jason Dorsey, who I thought was just this amazing young man, millennial. And so Jason is a researcher. He's an author. And so Jason does research on engaging leadership across the generation. So all of his research, all of his studies, speaking, etc. And he has a multi-million-dollar business that's centered around understanding generations. And so just to start out, make this really quick and succinct, quickly as I can. So there's just so much to say about Jason. I will, if you do not know, I will just say his website is jrd@jasondorsey.com. It is worth it. He does podcasts. He has TEDx's. I would highly suggest that everyone go to see that. So this is something that affects all of us, because we are in one generation or another. And so Jason started out basically saying that generations, think about generations, or think about people as clues, not a box. So I'm a boomer, so don't fit me in to the box of being a boomer, and don't think that I have other, that whatever I may think a boomer is, like, just don't do that with people. And so I heard someone say earlier is that ask everyone. So one of the things he says is, let's create space to motivate others. Let's create space to motivate others. One of the exercises he did as soon as he got on the stage was said, everyone raise your hand if you ever thought or planned to be in this business. And I think maybe 99.9% of people raised their hands. So none of us woke up one morning and said, I want to go into health and wellness and to a healthy living community. We just didn't. So with that, let other people decide if they want to be in this business. So offer this business an opportunity to everyone, because no one plans to do that. So clues help in 3 ways. They help us to understand, they help us to connect, and they help us to build trust to influence others. So what shapes generations? Interesting. I found this with let's see, what was October when we were in Charlotte. What he said was that he asked the question, what is the greatest influencer of behavior? And I think most of us got it wrong, but it's parenting. And so think about that. And entitlement is a learned behavior. And I know all of us throw out entitlement. Number 2, what shapes generations is technology. And number 3 is geography. The better we understand each generation, we will do a better job of understanding to unlock my potential, your talent, my talent. All organizations have a generation represented, so that affects all of us. So highly recommend that each of us go and look at the generations. And so he talked a lot, and man, we don't have enough time tonight. But of course, the Gen Z generation, fastest growing generation in the workforce today, just to name one thing for each. Millennials, they are the largest generation in the workforce. The Gen X's are the glue and the bridge to the workforce. And then boomers, we're the ones that control the money. We're the ones that define what work really looks like. And there was something funny that he said as he was talking. He said, you'll know a baby boomer because they're probably out there in the audience taking notes with a highlighter. And so I had a highlighter in my hand when he said that. And so it was so hilarious. But so he was right on the money with that. So know the generations, know what makes them tick. In order for people to purchase, in order for people to become partners, they need to feel valued, they need to be challenged, and they need to be included. And he says, start with the end first. No matter who you're working with, start with the end first. Celebrate the progress for our customers, celebrate the progress for our partners. And you can do that in small ways. An example would be, for instance, if Tyra wanted to message me later, thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for your comment. Doesn't need to be these big, everybody's not going to speak. Everyone's not going to have an event, but we need to celebrate the small things because everybody wants that. And I think the biggest thing, I know this, but it's always good for someone on a large scale stage that way to say, we are all more alike than we are different. And I think if we realize that, I think this world, this business, our community will just be a better place. So thank you for allowing me to share.
Great little ending there, Jennifer. That was wonderful. Thank you so much. And I'm going to now have Tyra introduce Lori, and we are starting to, whoops, Lori, where did you go? You took your hand down, so I don't have you anymore. There you go. Great. Hang on there. That was funny. So we're going to kind of keep this really tight because we want to end when we can, but we've got just one more speaker after you, Lori. So Tyra, if you could introduce Lori. And Lori, what we're going to hear from you is just the things that touched you from the heart. You don't have to teach us everything, but just the key pieces.
Okay, I'm really excited that Lori did come with us to Indy. And I just have to tell you guys a little background on Lori. Lori was my neighbor that lived just right across the street from me. We met out by the mailbox or trash can, depending on what you want to refer it to as. But anyways, she is a senior sales coordinator with Juice Plus. She's been with the company coming 8 years. She lives here locally near me now, but she also travels. She's been spending some of her time in Panama, the country. But anyways, Lori, we just love to hear from you. I know you'll be speaking about Bill Baker, so take it away.
It was wonderful, to be part of such a great experience. Tyra, thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. And Nikki, thanks for having this call tonight, because it gets me all excited again with the Illuminate and even without. Hearing about Juice Plus all over again this conference just gets, just elevates your mood and your vision every single time. I feel that Juice Plus from the very beginning of the conference really just made me feel and went out of their way to make everyone feel so special. Just walking right in the door, there were tables there, and it was a simple thing, but it meant so much to me. There was a notebook, a pen, and this beautiful Juice Plus tumbler. And when you saw those rows of tumblers, it really, like, we're here to do this thing. And it, from the very beginning, that was a great way to kick it off. I get to share tonight about Bill Baker, who is the Global Chief Technology Officer. He's been in this industry for over 15 years, and he brings excitement to the table. His message was pretty much, look, you guys, at the same time, simultaneously, I'm going to look at the past, what we have now, and where we have a vision of going in the future. Just a few things he really just wants to do a complete overhaul on the IT. Areas of focus, improve our brand energy, if that's at all possible. I mean, can you imagine what that's going to look like? Develop partner growth and excitement, modernize, enhance our digital and technical capabilities, and improve the customer acquisition experience. You guys, he pretty much said, when you log on, sometimes it's easy to get lost. And we just want to do away with those things. Make it so super easy and super fun and super engaging. Give everyone, the customers, new partners, and ourselves, just a great experience every time we visit into the portal. He wants to make some things easier to place in order. Hallelujah. Eventually, we're going to be looking at moving and putting things and moving them towards Shopify. Improvements on the back office and less portal going down. So overall, this left me with a feeling of, you know what? Their eye is on everything. We can really stay out here and get our game on, change lives, because they have all of that covered. Thanks so much for letting me share.
Lori, don't go away yet. I really quickly, number one, I love that you described the feeling of walking in the room with the notebooks, with the bags, with the tumblers. And then when we bought our Juice Plus, the samples, and we got the Illuminate jars. I love that you set the tone. You got me excited again in that moment. That's what I'm looking for, that spark. So you just did a great job. And one of the things that I loved about Bill Baker is when he said he signed up as a customer first, because he wanted to experience what our portal was. And he signed up as a partner second, and I'm going to quote him, so I hope this is not offensive to you, but in front of the room, he said it was all just crap. He said it needs to be changed. And it was like everybody in the room did what you did, Lori. Hallelujah. It was really beautiful. So thank you so much for sharing that with us, Lori.
Thank you.
Next, I'm going to actually have somebody else introduce. Patty, you're going to introduce Lori, because you're a QNMD and it's about time you spoke up on our calls and stuff. And so I'm going to do that. But I just want to say really quickly that Lori was, you got to invite one. And Lori last minute decides she's a QSC, and I'm really excited that you chose her to present tonight. So go for it, Patty.
Thank you, Nikki. Yeah, I am a QNMD. I'm working on my way up there. So Lori was my +1, and I actually had 3 +1s, and she was my first choice because she is who she is. And so Lori has been a friend for years. I love her because she's got compassion, and she's got amazing leadership skills. She was human resources for the VA hospital for a long time, and it shows with her great skills and listening skills and coachability. So she has a lot happening in life, but the amazing thing with Lori, she always stays engaged. She's listening, she's picking up things, and I'm just super excited to hear what her takeaway was, because she was my +1, and that made it even more fun.
Yay, thanks, Patty.
Hi, thank you, Patty. I have to tell you, I still am so grateful that I got to go. The Juice Plus Leadership Conference, when Patty told me it was leadership, I was like, I'm all in. But I was a little nervous because when I went to Phoenix, it was very bright and lots going on and very, to me, rah-rah, and it was lots of good information. But when I went to Indy, it made all the difference for me, and I'll share why. So the information was amazing. It was inspiring to me. It was so valuable. I'm going to speak a little bit about Kristen Boss and the difference that she made for me. So Kristen Boss is a leader in today's network marketing, teaching folks to do network marketing and getting them motivated and giving them all the tools that they need. And I've taken a seminar from her before, but she was on stage, and what a gift. Kristen Boss said leadership is most necessary and urgent skill set in the social selling climate right now, which was so inspiring to me. But yet leadership is scary. I know I've been in federal government for a long time, but leadership is so scary to me. It means I have to have someone to lead. And as a QSC right now, I don't have anybody to lead, and to build a team scared the daylights out of me. So I'm new to the business. I'm terrified to build a team. I want to build a team. I have the desire, but I lack confidence. And I've lacked confidence even in my federal career. I'm afraid I don't have the answers, but let me tell you, Kristen Boss made it very, very simple. She said, I don't have to have all the answers at all. I don't have to have them. All I needed to know was where to point over here or point there. And it just touched my heart because she said, if I knew where to point, I could point people in the right direction. I can point people in the right direction. I know which way to go. I don't have all the answers, but I can confidently do it now. I'm excited. And in fact, I'm all in. I had a hair appointment here last week, and I spoke to this person. She's a lovely lady. And I spoke to her about not only the product, but I also talked to her about team. So I'm going to visit with her again here really soon. And I know that if I can do it, you guys can too. So if you're scared about team, don't be. It'll work.
So Lori, thank you so much for personalizing it. A couple things that I really want to do a takeaway is in-person events. Look at the difference that you walked away when you walked out the door, Lori, being able to talk to people that you couldn't, and having a different feeling about your ability to do things. You don't have to know anything. I mean, I took so many pages on Kristen Boss, but the bottom line is you don't have to know everything. And you
Right.
walked away with that. And what a beautiful thing, because that's what leadership is. If you just have one person on your team, you are able to be a leader, knowing that you just have to point. So so anyway, thank you so much for your stories tonight, Lori, and your information. I see one question that I want to answer here. So hang on one second. The question is, how can we access the recording of the wrap up? So all of our team calls, you can find them two ways. They are either on the Heat Team Facebook group, always, they're streamed in there, or you can go to our Heat Team YouTube channel and pick a list of videos, Heat Team trainings. Our trainings on the Heat Team YouTube channel are there for the last 3 or 4 years. And I cannot tell you how many people view it from other teams. They say we have amazing trainers that come on to our Heat YouTube, to our Heat Team calls, because the NMDs on our call organize and get all different kinds of speakers for our calls. So again, I just want to thank you all. Guess what? Next conference, Phoenix. Who's coming? Raise your virtual hand or your real hand. But if you're not sure, talk to your team, talk to your upline, talk to your team sideline buddies, so that you can really make a decision that could impact not only your life, but hundreds of other people's lives as well. So thank you for being on the call tonight. Love you all. Thanks to all the NMDs that helped tonight put this together. And we will see you soon on our next Tuesday night calls. Love y'all. Good night.
Thank you.
Unmute yourself.
Thank you.
And unmute yourselves.
Thank you.
Share.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Bye,
Wonderful wrap up.
everybody.
Thank
That was
you.
awesome.
Bye.
I know.
Hey, Heidi, you Floridian, you.